Hello and welcome to a brand new Money Guy Money show for hashtag Money Monday. We are talking to some children today.
Because I could live in a mansion and have like 5,000 bedrooms, so if one of them's stinky...
And we're talking to a man.
It's going to go away. It's really here to stay.
Of course, I'll be giving you the resident deals from Cheapskate Io and also my VIP card. And I'll tell you a little bit at the end about how you can get in contact with me as well. So without further ado, let's head all the way to my kitchen with my three girls where we're talking all about money.
Hi, I'm Libby and I'm 9 years old. Hi, I'm Ellie. I'm 7 years old.
Hi, I'm Isla. I'm 4 years old.
Hi, and I'm Daddy, aka It's the Money Guy, and I'm here with my three girls talking all about money. So I'm joined today with my three girls. This is Isla, Ellie and Libby, and we are talking all about money. So there's a couple of things we want to cover today. I would like the girls to talk to me all about money in general. And we have three main questions. The first one is, what do we think about money? The second thing is, how should we save? And the third thing is, how can we make some money? So let's start with everyone open to the room. What do you think about money?
I think it's good.
Why? Why is it good?
Because we get sweeties with pennies.
I was going to say about chocolate. You can get chocolate with the money. You can get chocolate with the money.
You can get chocolate with money. Isla, what do you think about money?
You can get good drinks with money.
Do you think money? Do you think money's a good thing?
Yes.
Like,
Yeah, money's a good thing because with money you can buy water and food to survive.
okay.
Money is actually good because you can get chocolate money as well.
Ah, yes. So not just regular money, but chocolate money. Yes, mate. So how could you save money?
Don't spend it.
On like what?
Chocolate and sweeties.
Yeah, don't spend it on like stuff that play like a lot.
You have to spend it on some food so you can survive, and like drinks so you can survive, but don't just spend it on like junk.
Another way that you could save money is you could spend all your money at the shops and then ask your daddy to give you some of his.
Okay.
And then you can save his money for you.
Okay, I'm not a fan of that. That sounds like a terrible idea.
I love the idea.
That's an awful idea. Wait, what kind of jobs could you do?
Cleaning the windows.
Cleaning the windows. And what do you think the best way is? How would you get paid for that? Would you charge someone, say, if I clean one window, I want you to give me £1, or would you say, if I clean all your windows, you give me £1?
I'd probably say if I clean every single window in the whole wide world, can you give me $500?
All the windows in the world?
Yeah.
What would you do if you had £500? Or we call it pounds because we're English. So what would you do with £500?
I would give it to poor people.
It's nice. Well, all of it? That's very kind of you. Very kind.
All my money, so then I will be poor.
What, you want to be poor?
No.
So that sounds like a good idea, but it wouldn't be really practical, would it?
Did you know money grows on trees because it's paper?
It's always one. Isla, what would you do with £500, honey?
Toys.
Toys? What kind of toys? What kind of toys would you buy?
Piano.
Piano. Well, like one of those big ones you see in like posh places. A grand piano. What
I
you
would
buy?
want one of those as well because then I could get the app Simply Piano and then I could learn how to play piano.
Yeah, you could get the app. You could probably buy the app for £500, couldn't you? I would have thought. Liv?
I would get an iPad.
With £500?
Yes.
Yeah. What one? A really good one or a bit of a white one?
Good one.
I would get 10 computers, 10 phones and 10 iPads.
What, £500? That's a lot of stuff. Would you need 10 computers?
Yeah.
Oh, you do? Okay, fair enough.
And then with the rest of the pennies,
If one of them runs out, then I could just use the other one.
Runs out? What, like the electricity runs out?
Runs out of battery.
You don't How many batteries are in computers? Normally I plug mine in.
But then you would have to wait for it to charge up, so no. So
Whilst it's charged. Well, yeah. Well, so if which one's better? One way is really easy, which is you get given the money. The other way is a lot harder because you've got to do it yourself, but you earn it. Which one's better?
They're both good for different ways. Like if you didn't earn it, you just got given it.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah.
Then you might not have to do as much work. But also, it's like I feel like you wouldn't feel like proud. But if you earn it yourself, then you would feel like more proud.
Yeah, because you earned it
You've done it
yourself.
yourself.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah. So I've got a question. See if you know the answer to this.
Okay.
I want something or need it, doesn't matter, but I haven't got enough money in my account. What do I do?
You could work really, really hard to get some more money, and then keep on working really, really, really hard until you have enough money to get the thing.
Yeah.
Or you could ask your friend that's really, really kind and ask them to give you a bit of their money, so then you can buy the thing that you want.
Anything else, Libs?
I think it depends. Like, if you didn't have enough money to buy food or water or shelter, then you're going to have to ask someone else because you have to wait a lot of time to get some money. You have to wait a long time to get money.
Yeah.
So, like, you should ask someone for help. But if it was just like, I don't know, a toy that you wanted, then you could earn it yourself.
So if you're saying if you want it, wait. If you need it.
Don't wait and ask someone else.
Okay, so who do we ask?
A friend or a family member.
Anyone else?
You could ask somebody that is really, really kind. Maybe your next door neighbour.
Where else would you go? Because it's not normal for your next door neighbours to come around and go, hello, can I have £1,000 please? You go, no.
No.
You could ask like someone who like you might not know them personally, but you might like know them like only a little bit, and you could say
Where did I used to work?
at the bank.
Santander.
So you could ask someone at the bank,
Ah, I used to go to the bank. Yes.
or you could ask like an associate to like you. So
But bear in mind, I'm not going to give you money if I don't know you.
no, if you like know them a little bit.
What about another way? Could you sell something?
Yeah, you could sell some stuff like.
So maybe you can't earn more money at work because there's no overtime. You can't go to the bank or go to your friend because you haven't got any friends. Got a really sad life. You've got no friends, and the banks say no because your credit isn't very good. Right? So you think, what can I do? You could sell some of your own stuff.
Yeah, like you could sell the stuff that you don't need to survive, because then other people can be really, really happy, and then you can also get money.
Yeah. So you could so one way is you could sell stuff you've got. Another way, I was thinking about this the other day actually. You could get another job. So if your job you currently have, you can't work any harder. You work in your hardest at your current job. You could get another job.
You could get another job, but it would
Yeah,
take
like
a long
you-
time to get another job because you would have to like say you want it, find people and like stuff like that, and it would take a long time. But if it was like just you wanted to buy a toy, then it'll be alright. But if you just wanted to, if you needed like something to keep you alive, then you could just go and ask.
How much money would you wish you had?
I wish I had all the money in the world.
But then no one would have any other money.
No, but I could like not everyone else's money, just like all the rest of the money that's left.
Would you want to be that rich?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I could live in a mansion and have like 5,000 bedrooms, so if one of them's stinky, I can go in the other bedroom.
So how much, if you had to add up all the money in the world, how much money would that be, do you think?
Millions and millions and trillions and quadrillions.
£5,369.
It's a lot of money.
Ellie, England probably has more than that.
Probably. So that concludes our Money Guy chat with my three little girls. An interesting point of view on all accounts. If you have any questions that you'd like to put to the girls, then by all means email adam@itsthemoneyguy.com and we'll put your questions to the girls and see what they think about it. But for now, it's
Back to Daddy at the studio.
Back to me in the studio. So I hope you enjoyed that there. A unique perspective, I'm sure, on money from my children. If you have any questions, by the way, feel free to email in adam@itsthemoneyguy.com. I'll be sure to ask them in future episodes. Now, moving on, we have Mr. Neil Murphy, a local legend when it comes to owning a business. He's set up businesses, scaled them up and sold them on, made his money, and he's now going to be coming up next to tell you what he thinks is the top 5 things that you should be doing as a business owner, particularly during this pandemic. Hi, I'm with Mr. Neil Murphy from eatingpartners.com, a fantastic business that not only gets you customers but also teaches you and actively helps you regain and retain those customers time and time again. Neil's the absolute master in this, so I wanted to invite him onto the show. Hello Neil, thank you for coming on.
Thanks for having me
Today. So I wanted to go through the top 5 things that you need to be doing, particularly in this pandemic. You should be doing these things ideally every day, but even more so now. So Neil, I'm going to jump straight into it. What do you think business owners in particular, regardless really I suppose of size, because you should be doing the same thing, maybe on a bigger scale or not, what do you think people should be doing?
Adam, I think that what's really happening now is it's just proof that virtual and online isn't going to go away. It's really here to stay. And many years ago, if you wanted to build a business, it meant that everything kind of had to be big office block, big premises, big factories, lots of people. The power of automation and the power of instant results, whether it's winning or losing, is just crucial. So the number one thing that every business must have, and there's huge amounts of effort being put into building a logo and a website and a brand, and all those things are important, but you must get attention. You must get attention of customers or potential customers. So that's the number one thing. The next thing, and I would say that money does follow attention very often, for no matter what business you're in, and don't underestimate the opportunity that this pandemic has really given us. Yeah, does that sound does that resonate okay?
Yeah, so when you say attention, are we talking about content, or do we mean having content already in the pipeline and getting it out there?
Well, I guess without having the time to go into a full sort of session on this, I would say it's about awareness. It's making people aware of your name, your brand, who you are, and it's really getting some form of standout. People don't want to see anything that's boring now. They want something that's different, maybe slightly controversial, but ultimately you have to get people's attention before they will do business with you.
Well, I suppose you're not you're never going to go to a party if you don't know there's one on.
100%.
You're not going to go to the shop down the road
if
you didn't know there was a shop down the road. And actually there's a lot of people saying that with small businesses, and more so with smaller businesses. There were people saying, oh, I never knew you was there. I had no idea. Are you up the road in High Street? I never know. Whereabouts in High Street are you? Kind of thing. But that's why you didn't go in there, because you didn't know it was there. So attention is crucial, both for content and then getting the message out there. What do you think the next thing is?
Well, I think the next thing is really is building a customer list and communicating with that list. So whether it's people who have bought from you today, and bear in mind, no doesn't really mean no, it just means not now.
Right.
So even if you can capture people's details on your website, on Facebook, I mean during lockdown, when lockdown came, we all thought it was going to be, done and over really, really quickly. And I did find it a little bit of a shock, and I knew instantly that something had to change. And so I wrote a new book that's called Fast Restaurant Growth in this new pandemic economy. And I really use that book as it's on Amazon, but I use it as my business card, and I always give that away. So that's an attention getter. Doesn't have to be a book, but it's not hard now to do these kind of things. So I think the second thing would really be, after attention, is to build a list of customers, prospects, and people that have kind of raised their hand and said, I'm interested in something about your business. And the days of hope and pray that people are going to come into your business, if you have a bricks and mortar high street business, or even if you're online, those days are really over. So it's really, really important to build a list of people and to keep in touch with them. And as you've just mentioned about people not knowing what you do, if a customer or a prospect doesn't know what you do or you offer, it's not their fault. It's our fault as business owners not to have shared that with them.
Yeah.
So really it is about communication and constant communication, because the ones that are interested will keep watching and listening.
Yeah, 100%. Having clear call to actions. In fact, I'm going to be doing a bit, I think it'll be the next segment actually, all about Facebook in particular, because there are a number of businesses that I've been speaking to, and they don't seem to have either clear call to actions on their Facebook site, or they have a call to action, like for example, it'll be a send message button, but then the auto response message is, we're not listening to the messages, we're not watching the messages.
Yeah.
And we've had, how many times have you rang the take? I mean, everyone I think can probably relate to this. If you've ever rang a takeaway and the phone's engaged, or a taxi company and the phone's engaged, and you might try 3 times, and then you go, oh, do you know what? I'll go somewhere else, because you can't get hold of someone. So then you got to ask yourself, if my call to action is call me, but you're not answering the phones, is that the right call to action? You know?
Absolutely, it's a massive point, and it's very easy now to make sure that no phone calls into your business are missed. Now we know that the number of phone calls across the planet has dropped, but those phone calls are now worth more than ever before. No business can afford the luxury of missing a phone call, particularly if you phoned a customer or someone that's going to be a customer, for them to phone you back and get your answer phone. That customer could be gone and lost forever and never come back. So it's really, really important to make sure that every phone call into your business is answered.
Can I just do a quick plug for this as well for my 2 friends, Angela and Sarah from Angel Call Handling. Local business to Andover. The question I have to ask every time is, that missed call that you had, or missed message, that missed whatever it is, how much was it worth? And the reality of it is, unless you happen to get hold of that customer, you'll never know.
Yeah.
And sometimes we're even more devastated. Imagine you get back hold of the customer and they say, hello, I was about to do business with you, but I've sorted it now. You've missed an opportunity. So we need to really make sure that not only you're getting attention, but also if you've got a method of contact, make sure that someone's actually there talking to and communicating to the customers. Another thing as well, you've mentioned then about the customers, is about having your own customer list. And I suppose another word for that, and it's huge monetary wise, is data.
Yeah.
Have data on your customers. So now I know personally what age range and what gender and what time, crucially, my audience are looking at their phones. Yeah. But I only know that because I've looked at the data and analysed it, and it will change. Obviously, we know that things always change. Yeah. But I think not only build your customer list, but engage with the data as well.
Yeah. I would also say, Adam, that a crucial thing on my list of 5, and there are lots more, is the power of video. Don't underestimate the power of video. It does help to get attention, as we're doing now, but also you don't need a big flashy studio. You don't need a team of engineers and videographers and to drive around all over the country, and I've been there before and done that. You can actually set up a very, very powerful small studio in a tiny room at home with a green screen, the right lights, the right cameras, and really, really make that look very, very effective. People know today that these things are done with clever technology and systems, but it doesn't matter. Video is very important, and it's ultimately the next best thing to having met with someone, is for them to watch you, see you and listen to you with your commitment to say what you stand for and what your business is about on camera and on video. So I think it's very, very important to look at the power of video and to start offering that no matter what your business is.
And also go on one further as well, not only just with video in the traditional sense, like this will be put out as a video, go live.
Absolutely.
The power of going live as well, particularly if you're in your venue, in your shop. Go live to, I mean, no one's in your shop anyway at the moment because we're tier 4 lockdown, non-essential shops aren't open, but there's no reason why you can't be open yourself. The front door is physically closed, of course, we have to, but there's no reason that you can't be open still, unless you can't for some reason do delivery or click and collect. So if you can't do that, then we need to then start thinking outside the box a little bit as to how to get around it. But if your doors are have to be physically shut, there's no reason why you can't be open on the socials and invite people into your shop through the power of Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, you know, all the big ones, and go live, show people what you have, what deals you're doing, if you're doing any at all, you know, why are you the best. You know, it doesn't have to be scripted, and I think the more that you do go lives, the way you put it, the more confident you become as well. And don't be ashamed if you feel like you're being a bit of a prat, or if you mess up sometimes.
Yeah.
And you go, oh no, I can't do that. I'll delete that. You know, like, it doesn't matter if you mess it up. Just get on with it. It's fine. Yeah. And it just makes you more human. Actually, in fact, sometimes being more human sells. There's the video we did recently, and there was one where Neil did one where one was in a garage and it was very blurry and it looked amateur, didn't it? But then there was another one, we had beautiful 4K rendered images, and the one that absolutely kicked ass out of everything else was the one that was amateur and more human. So don't be afraid of it, and don't be afraid of over professionalizing.
Yeah, there's a funny old saying in marketing that ugly is best, and it does apply to some videos. But the important thing is that not to be waiting for Boris or Hancock to say this is all over. There are opportunities now, and there are some businesses who are waiting to see what happens. And I think that's maybe the right thing for some businesses, but for many other businesses, they are rebooting, they're relaunching, they are developing brand new businesses within their businesses. And we're dealing with a lot with restaurants and bars and people who have gone online for food delivery and food delivery only, and the growth globally is just massive. But it is about understanding what's possible with some very simple, low cost, low risk technology. So the last couple of things I would say, that it's worth considering if you have customers that you want to communicate with and you want them to come back and spend more money with you in repeat purchases, then consider a branded app for your business. That's really, really important. And also about event marketing. You've got Mother's Day, Father's Day, Valentine's Day that we've just had, etc. All those are reasons for communicating with your customers, and you can do a themed video very easily, and you can really, really capitalize and get some real good standout. So that's really the tips that I'd like to share today. I really appreciate you your time, Adam.
Well, thank you as well.
And I hope that's helpful.
So we've got attention, we've got build a customer list, we've got the power of video, like if you can do video or go live, whichever way, visually get out there. We've got get an app in your own colours if you can, and that really ties in wonderfully with the build a customer list and communicate to communicate to customers. Getting an app is almost like the underpin of all of that, I guess, because you can get attention. You've got an app, which is, other people may not. You can communicate. I mean, with apps, you can send push notifications to the whole audience, your whole customers.
They are getting 95% open rates, and the open rates are very fast. It's not a couple of days for those push notifications to be open. So it's instant messaging, a great way of getting attention. And last of all, the event marketing for Mother's Day, Father's Day, Easter, New Year's Day, Christmas Day, etc. All powerful things that can be put into a video strategy from a home-based business to even just test the market. So it's very important to be aware of that, to test small, test fast, low risk, and you can really be surprised what can happen.
Well, this is Neil Murphy. Neil, do you want to give your mobile number? Or
if anybody wants to pick my brains, talk this through, get a few ideas, my number is 07831 571 890. Thanks very much, Alan.
Thank you, Neil. Thank you, guys. And back to me in the studio, and I hope you enjoyed that. So there you go, that's Mr. Neil Murphy. I hope you enjoyed that. Please take him up on the offer, by the way. He was absolutely genuine when he says that. If you would like some advice or a chat, feel free to give him a call or WhatsApp him, and he will get back to you, and you won't regret it. He really is one of the most interesting people I've ever met in my life, and he's definitely helped me personally. So moving on, we have our resident deals. We have Cheapskate.io, which is an add-on to your internet browser. All you have to do is go to Cheapskate.io, add them onto your internet browser, and then from whenever you go to your favourite website, click on the little logo and it will tell you about any coupons or deals that that particular website has. This week we have Papa John's, which is giving you £15 off if you spend more than £30, and there was also a 25% discount on ASOS due to the acquisition from the likes of Top Man and Miss Selfridges. So get yourself there if you want a little bargain as well. So now on to My VIP card. My VIP card in the top right hand corner here of the screen. They support local businesses nationally and give you national deals as well to the larger companies. All you have to do is buy one of their My VIP cards for a small fee, and in return you get discounts across the country. Recently, Maddie and Co have just featured in the Financial Times, so I just wanted to say a massive well done and congratulations to you guys for that, and also for not only being nominated, but you've just recently won your 16th award, which after only 3 or 4 years of being around is absolutely fantastic. So well done, My VIP card. Very, very proud of you. I'm proud to be part of your brand and working with you as well. So if anyone else would like some localized deals and discounts, check them out. So that's it for this week's show. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll be having more guests on next week, and I'll be looking at more Facebook for businesses and how to get your Facebook page set up to make the most out of your money. So for now, if you have any questions, get them in, adam@itsthemoneyguy.com. Keep saving, join yourself on It's the Money Guy group on Facebook, and of course if you haven't done so already, I would love you forever if you could please head to my YouTube channel and subscribe to it as well. That'd be brilliant. Thank you very much in advance. For now, have a great rest of the week. Keep saving, keep spending with those local businesses. They really need your support right now, and I shall see you next week.